On January 16, 2018, starting quarterback of Washington State University, Tyler Hilinski, didn't show up to morning football practice. Later that day, he was found in his closet with a bullet to his head and a suicide note on it. As with many suicides, people began to ask why. As seen by the autopsy, Tyler was suffering from a condition becoming all too common, known as CTE. According to my research, the prevalence of CTE is rising. And without serious culture change in my favorite sport, the sport of football, Tyler's story won't be unique. What is CTE? CTE, formerly known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, is a degenerative brain disease found in athletes and some members of military personnel due to traumatic and continuous brain injury. A protein called tau begins to clump in the individual's brain and travels all the way throughout their brain, killing brain cells along the way. In the case of Tyler, at just the age of 21, his brain had deteriorated to that of a 65-year-old, just from repeated head injuries in the sport he loves to play. This disease has been going up in frequency as of recently. Other past NFL players, such as Andre Waters, Junior Seau, and Rob Kelly, also had suicides at the hand of CTE. According to a recent study by the AMA, the American Medical Association, CTE was found in 99% of NFL players and 91% of NCAA football players. Although their sample sizes were under 200 for each level, these numbers are still scary nonetheless, as they have large implications to the total population size throughout the sport of football. Right now, individuals are looking as to what can be done to prevent CTE. There's one radical thought that has been brought up, which seems counterproductive, and it is taking helmets out of the sport of football. If you take helmets out of the sport of football, maybe when players tackle each other, they won't lead with the crown of their helmet, which is the main cause of concussions and other head injuries in the sport of football. As of right now, the NFL and NCAA have participated in large amounts of research to try and mend the issue. Both organizations have made rule changes and points of education for referees, to the point where if a player leads with their helmet at a player that does not have their ground and it is putting both players at risk for head injuries, a player is immediately ejected from the game. Also, they have made their concussion protocol much stricter. Once someone is suspected of having a head injury of any sort, they are immediately taken out by the referee and sent to team doctors. These team doctors must go through a list of requirements and before meeting those requirements, they are not allowed to re-enter the field. However, some teams still disregard this concussion protocol, as winning the game means more to them than the livelihood of their players. Despite these steps in the right direction, we're still a long way from figuring out how to prevent the causes of CTE. With more research, more precautions, and more awareness, we can eliminate the recurrence of Tyler's story. Thank you.